In this video, I will address a very serious and rising concern: online racism against Indians. Hello everyone, and welcome to the first episode of Yatharth, where we break through the noise and uncover raw truths. Let's begin with the core issue. Racism against Indians has existed for decades, in Hollywood, in Western media, and in everyday narratives. But in recent years, something has shifted. This racism has intensified, especially across digital platforms. And while hate knows no borders, much of this targeted disdain online can be traced to the United States of America. Historically, let's be honest, the U.S. is one of the most racially volatile nations, a country that was built on the genocide of its native population, that once enslaved millions and that continues to struggle with basic racial equity to this day. When someone from there says, "Go back to where you came from," maybe they need a history lesson and a mirror. Now, where does this hate stem from? Two primary reasons. 1. Indian success and self-driven ambition. Indians are among the most education-focused, hard-working immigrant communities worldwide. They aim high, academically and professionally, and often occupy top positions in STEM, medicine, and business. This excellence isn't always celebrated. Instead, it becomes a target for resentment, especially among those who feel economically threatened or culturally insecure. Let's not pretend this is unique to Indians. Other Asian communities face this too. But today, we're talking about our story. 2. The labor divide. Immigrants from some other developing countries tend to dominate lower-wage, labor-intensive sectors, construction, agriculture, etc. Many Americans refuse to work these jobs, yet despise those who do. This class and labor resentment often blurs into racism, and Indians, who are more visible in leadership and tech, face a different but equally toxic form of prejudice, one rooted in jealousy and perceived elitism. Now, let's talk about geopolitics, because it does matter online. The next countries fueling this narrative are Pakistan, Bangladesh, Turkey, and especially China. Let's take China first. Despite being an economic superpower, China views India as its ideological rival. India is the only Asian democracy with the size, population, and military capacity to stand toe-to-toe with China. Whether it's Tibet, trade, or territorial disputes, India doesn't bend. The recent destruction of Chinese-supplied weaponry in the 2025 India-Pakistan conflict added to this friction. China retaliates not just militarily, but digitally, through misinformation campaigns, media manipulation, and indirect propaganda. Pakistan is a different case. The country's very foundation was rooted in anti-India ideology. And when a nation builds its identity on hatred, it continues to feed that hate, especially when things at home are falling apart. Pakistan's economy is in shambles. Its military, once feared, is now exposed internationally as outdated and domestically as brutal, especially in its treatment of Balochistan. The Balochistan Liberation Army continues to rise in resistance. So, what do the power holders do? They double down on the one thing that unites their narrative: blaming India. There's also a deep-rooted identity crisis in Pakistan. Genetically, historically, and culturally, Pakistanis are Indian. The split came a few centuries ago, mainly through religion, but ethnicity doesn't change that quickly. That's why when many Pakistanis start businesses abroad, they adopt Indian names, because they know it sells better. That contradiction of being Indian by blood but rejecting it in spirit breeds insecurity. And insecurity, when left unchecked, breeds hate. This was just the start. In future episodes of Yatharth, we'll dig deeper into hypocrisy, into politics, and into the uncomfortable truths others won't say out loud. If you're tired of sugar-coated lies and want clarity, stay tuned, because truth doesn't ask for permission.